Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I actually was trying to do this video a bit ago, but I got a phone call from one of my friends or whatever, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna answer this call and just restart this video. So, yeah, I'm retaking this video for the House of the Dragon Season 1 Episode 2 review that I'm doing for you guys tonight. So, I'm gonna discuss what I watched for House of the Dragon, the TV show that's on HBO Max, of course. The episode does come out at 9, but I saw it a few hours early, like 5:50 or close to 6 or whatever, before I started watching it, but still. Yeah, and I'll let you know my thoughts on this House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 2 review, or this episode review. So let's dive into this episode review. Now, Rhaenyra Targaryen, I actually was impressed with her character with this one. I didn't feel like there was much bad things in this episode, but it's good in its own way. I think it's pretty good of an episode. Just has some weak moments during the episode, and it tends to drag on and feel somewhat boring at times. Like the suspenseful stuff is coming up, so I think it's a slow burner for the beginning of it, um, to introduce the characters and all that, and that's the way it should be, I guess. But Rhaenyra actually is, uh, I actually like her character, the actress that plays Rhaenyra Targaryen in this show, of course, for the prequel show. And Daemon Targaryen is played by Matt Smith from the movie Morbius, and uh, which that wasn't a good movie, honestly, in my opinion. But to each his own, I guess. So, basically, House of the Dragon episode 2 for season 1 was an enjoyable watch. I wouldn't call it the best episode because there were some boring points in the episode where I was just like, maybe it could have been better utilized in my opinion, but still, it's a slow burner with this one, but I think it's building up to the more intense stuff that's coming soon. The first episode had some pretty enjoyable moments. There were some violent scenes, but still enjoyable. But basically, when I watched this episode, I felt a little unsure of this one and kind of slightly bored with this one. Like it was a slow burner. But in my opinion, I think House of the Dragon, I don't want to spoil it for you guys if you haven't seen it yet, but I had to watch it online to see it. But still, overall, episode 2 for House of the Dragon, pretty good watch, but slightly a tad bit boring for this episode. Not very boring, just tad bit. There were some boring points in the episode where I just couldn't connect with certain characters for this episode, but it's a slow burner to build up to the more intense stuff for this episode that could be utilized very well for how the execution of the show will turn out. So we'll just wait and see come episode 3. I won't be able to review episode 3 next Sunday because I'll be out of town, but I'll probably review it Tuesday or Wednesday on the 6th or 7th. But until then, first score, I'm giving House of the Dragon episode 2 review for season 1. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's a little weaker than the last one, but it is pretty good. It's building up to the more intense stuff. There's a little bit of boring drama in this episode where Rhaenyra is having conflict with someone, her cousin or whatever, aunt. I don't fucking know, but basically, this episode sort of had some underwhelming moments, but it was still utilized in a pretty good way to make it seem entertaining to watch, just slightly a step down from the last one, in my opinion. But, anyways, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the new House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 2 review if you've seen it. I do like some of the characters in this episode, like Daemon Targaryen brought more to the table with his character, and seems like an interesting villain to really uh, be surprised with, because his performance in this was pretty good at times, but he wasn't in majority of it. It was showing more of King's Landing scenes through this whole episode until they get to Daemon later on in the episode. But yeah, if you did enjoy this episode 2 review for season 1 of House of the Dragon, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. I do think it's a pretty good episode. Just this one sort of was a bit underwhelming. Not too overwhelming, but had some underwhelming moments that could have been better utilized with how the execution of the episode could turn out. But it had some boring points. That's all I can say. But you can watch it for yourself at 9 p.m. if you have HBO Max, I meant to say. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode review. Sorry, I moved my pen, of course. I was like, swiped it to the left, hitting the, what is it? The Xbox One controller, the RT button or something like that. I don't know. But basically, I hope you did enjoy this episode 2 review for season 1 of House of the Dragon. I did enjoy this episode. I just had some moments where I felt a little unsure if it was going to be a great episode. It was 50 minutes or plus 50 minutes or so. It was a little shorter than the last one, but it was still alright. So, until then, stay safe. Take care, guys. I'll probably have the Samaritan movie review come out tomorrow sometime when I get to it. But I have a live stream coming out. It's going to be my last live stream for now, because tomorrow at 3:30 will be the next live stream, and that'll be the last one for a little bit until I come back from my trip, and then I'll start live streaming a little more frequently if I can. But until then, stay safe, take care, guys, and as always, I will see you in my next review.